Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new release from Tarte. I think this is also to kick off their holiday season, so I'm super excited for that. This is the Tarte Blush Book number 4. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, my name is Jenna. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I chat about high-end and luxury makeup on this channel. That is all we talk about here. So if you like high-end just as much as I do, then I would love for you to consider subscribing to my channel before we get started. And without further ado, let's get on to this review. The outer packaging of this book is super cute, as you guys can see. It definitely pulls on the back to school vibes. When you open it up, you will have 10 pans of product total. They are split into 2 sides with 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Out of all 10 pans, 8 of them are blushes, 1 of them is a bronzer, and 1 of them is a highlight. This blush book is available only at tartecosmetics.com, so it is a Tarte only exclusive. It's not at any other retailers. It does retail for 44 American dollars or 57 Canadian dollars each. When you open it up here, guys, as you can see, the bronzer is on the left side, right in the center, and the highlight is on the center of the right side of the book, so it's nice and easy to separate everything. All of the blushes surround it all, so that's amazing. And as you can see, the blushes are very much neutral based with 2 pops of color, both on the bottom right corner. So Pop Quiz is super bright, as well as Secret Crush, which is also super bright. The rest of them are neutral, and then you have one shimmery blush, which is right here. That one is called Study Sesh, and that one has some shimmer to it, whereas the rest of the blushes are matte. When you open up the palette as well, there is going to be a plastic piece, which is right in the center of the palette. It is removable. You can just remove it really gently along the perforated seam, and I appreciate that a little bit more because I don't like those types of flaps. I get that they're there to protect the one side from getting into the other side when it comes to the powders, but for my purposes, I ended up removing it because to me, it was just bothering me and it was just more annoying than anything. So Tarte has an Amazonian clay formula, which is what they're known for their cheek products, and it is amazing. It is very blendable and creamy and pigmented, which I really appreciate. Their permanent line of cheek products as well is manufactured in the United States. These blush books, though, are manufactured in China. So that was the first thing that I wanted to know. I wanted to see how different in quality this was going to be versus their standard Amazonian clay blushes that are manufactured in the States. When I think about their American formula and how that one works, an example is this one here. This is from their Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust collection, and this is called Fairy Flush. And as you can see, it's a gorgeous neutral blush, which I really, really love. But as I play around with this one versus the palette, what I do find is that this one is a touch easier to blend out than the palette blushes. So otherwise, there is no distinction between the formulas. I just find that the US formula is a little bit easier to blend out on the skin. It's not as stiff, whereas this palette, their blushes in here are just a little bit stiffer, so you do have to buff them out a little bit more. Otherwise, they're both very pigmented, they're both easy to apply, and I do think that you do have that color payoff, which I really appreciate. Now let's talk about the bronzer in here, you guys. It is on the left side of the palette here, which is really convenient, nice and center in that left side. It does have a shimmer component to it, so it is not matte, but it actually performs just as well as my Park Avenue Princess bronzer. When I was looking at this bronzer, you guys, I found out that this one is also made in China. So I thought that this one might be made in the States because it's not one of those like featured holiday products that sometimes Tarte will outsource to China, but this is also made in China. The Park Avenue one is a touch darker and warmer versus the palette one. Both are amazing bronzers though. I really do enjoy them. They do have a bit of a similar finish as well. So if you love the Park Avenue bronzer, then you'll probably love the bronzer in this palette as well. Now let's talk about this highlight in the right side of the palette here. It is in the dead center as well on the right side. What I did find was that this is a super shimmery kind of golden highlight. It is very nice and flattering. I do have it on my cheekbones today and I really enjoy it. It's definitely very buildable. You can keep it very subtle or you can build it up to be quite intense, which I like. It doesn't emphasize any texture on me, which I also appreciate. When I swatched it though, it did get a little bit patchy on me when I was swiping it with my finger, but note that swatches only tell you a little bit of the story. They don't tell you everything. So it could be that it might get patchy as I wear away the product. I'm not sure, but either way, I really do enjoy this highlight as well. When it comes to if you need it or not, that just depends on your preferences and your interest in what you like. Personally, I did justify it because I do go through a lot of neutral blushes myself, But I also have the Amazonian Clay Blush Palette Color Wheel from last holiday, I believe. And this one definitely has a very similar look compared to this year's blush book. So as you can see, there's probably some more brighter blushes, I would say, maybe 2 more brighter blushes. If you have this one and you're kind of thinking, you know, I want to watch my money and, you know, save up for some other holiday releases besides this blush book, then you can definitely just hold off and not get this blush book if you have this already. Or if you have a lot of other Tarte blushes in general, you can definitely skip this one. But if you are a collector of the Tarte blushes, you do enjoy them, you find that you wear them a lot, then I do think this makes a beautiful gift for yourself or for somebody else. But I am very impressed with this palette and I definitely recommend it if you're interested in purchasing it. Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on this blush book number 4 from Tarte. Let me know down below if you're thinking about picking this up yourself. Don't forget, it is limited edition and exclusive to Tarte, so I do believe once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want to get it, then definitely pick it up as soon as you can. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to let me know by giving it a big thumbs up, as well as don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you go. I would love to see you guys again, and until my next one, guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!
You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way.